Garrosh versus Thrall.
For Doomhammer. Victory or death!
Great floating hand if I get the minions next. And I do. No need to coin it out. Signing up.
For the War Chief!
Coming through.
For Hell's
This Granny Smith is so good. Eat it! Pretty good deck right now. I mean, pretty good hand.
For Hellscream!
Drink
We
with
get
me,
to go
friend.
again. Drink with me, friend. This little Samwise right there. Brewmaster. Ow! Hurts. Might as well. He's gonna bloodlust with Fury. Sweet.
For the War Chief! For Hellscream!
My hand's working out quite well in this matchup. If he doesn't kill him, I'll save him again. Come on, you don't want to hit him. Dang it. Oh, sweet, another core crown lead. Alright.
For the War Chief! For Hellscream!
Drink with me, friend.
Rockbiter, Wind Fury, 50 damage right there. Let's go. Come on. Yeah. Fuck. If he doesn't heal himself, or if he doesn't put a taunt out, I still should have it, but not next turn. Oh, there you go, taunt. Oh wow, that's why I saved this little baby right here. Play this bitch.
They'll never know what.
Eat it. Clear, clear. There we go. Nobody fucks me. Gotta bring back the wanted to let you know how that plays out. Here's the deck. It's experimental, but it's not bad. It works out. Sometimes it doesn't. But it did give me a huge win streak to like from 20 to rank 16. So just wanted to let you guys in on it because I haven't seen one played like this. Alright, so it goes like this. 2 executes, a whirlwind. Well, I guess I'm not gonna list it. 2 shield bearers, fire war axes, battle rage, 2 cleaves, commanding shout, slam, owl, pine-sized summoners, youthful brewmaster, frothing berserker, 2 of these riflemen, 2 mortal strikes, 2 elites, and abomination, Harrison Jones, 2 nightblades, and 2 commandos. Now, the build is designed around brewmasters and around these riflemen. What happens is that if I get these pine-sized summoners up, even just one at the beginning, I can afford to play these guys more efficiently. And also what you've seen before is the removal on the charge is just absolutely stunning, because you have like extra damage every turn. You don't have to wait an extra turn and risk getting killed. The weaknesses of this build, I'll just go from there and then I'll put the strengths out, is AoE. This guy's basically one AoE that's silenceable. This AoE is not a good one. I just keep it for, you know, worst case scenarios, or like those odd draws where it, you know, you see a luck box on it, like if they have a bunch of what do you call it, divine shields, and moves that quite well. But it doesn't really combo with the other warrior abilities. Like, I don't have any enraged units, as you notice, so it basically it's just there for like some specific cases. This is another AoE. I like it, but if they get too many units on board, it just becomes a real crapshoot, and gotta play it as early as possible. 2 units, you gotta do it instantly once you have it. And when they have just 1 unit fully buffed up, it's basically useless as well. That's why I keep this. Slam, compose into execute. It's given me execute quite enough, a bunch of times on the rolls. So I really like this card. Commanding shout, you've seen in the game before. It's very powerful, especially when you have already a few units on board. Too bad it doesn't stay for the next turn, so that you know, you can keep all your units, but that would be just way too crazy. Iron Beak, you have to have a silence in your deck. Probably gonna have more than one. Might just sacrifice Harrison Jones, because almost nobody carries weapons, and when they do, I mean, I haven't rolled them all that often. Summoners, it's questionable. They don't have to be here. Definitely they don't match the theme of the deck, but they're there because, you know, when you have one out, on the 3rd turn you can play the Corcoran Elite, and the 4th turn you can play this guy or this guy, and so on and so on, and they do stack. I've had 2 of them on board, and they do reduce the next creature by 2, not just by 1, so that's nice. This Frothing Berserker guy is just too good to pass up, even though he's not really well fitted into this build, because I only have 1 Whirlwind and not that many Enragers, but he's one of the best cards, I think. The Youthful Brewmasters, quick cycling of the cards, gets very efficient with the cards you do have, especially since a lot of them don't have the HP, like this guy, and this guy. So these guys, 1 damage seems quite negligible. At first I was like, what's the point of this? And in some cases it is, but there are a lot of good uses for this card. First of all, Divine Shield. Sometimes you can play a paladin that has a bunch of these, and having these around is just a lifesaver when you have like a 8 damage Frothing Berserker and you're gonna have to dump all of it on a fucking 2/2 with a Divine Shield taunt. Now, another thing that combos really well with it is the execute. You go in, boom, 1 shot, it's over. It's also really good for polishing off units. You know, there's some like 4-1 unit remaining. Hit it, it's gone. And then you have a 2-2 on board. 2-2 is crap. I hate the 2 HP units, but it's better than nothing. And you know, you can remove them with this guy, with these guys, and then put them back in. So it becomes not just 1 damage, and it gets 2 damage, and maybe even 3 damage, and so on and so on. Mortal Strike is a removal spell, and at the same time it's like a lifesaver, because that's 6 damage at the end. I've had games where I actually rolled 2 of these. He has like 2 taunts up, and I'm at like 10 or 7 HP or something, like basically near death. Next turn I have 2 of these. Boom, boom. Get the hell out of my face. Really nice card. Gets rid of a lot of powerful minions like the Drakes. Sets you up like for the Lord of the Arena. You pop this, polish him off with that guy. And the best part about it is that unlike with, what is this card? Shit, where is it? No, it has to be here. Yeah, unlike this Heroic Strike, you don't actually have to hit the hero. You just basically throw at it. So it's a nice card to have. Corcoran Elite's the best charger in the game by far. Better than that crazy flying troll. And it combos really well with the Commanding Shout and with Youthful Brewmaster. So a lot of people, they design builds around like 2 unit combos, like this guy combos with this guy, or like, you know, this guy with this guy. In real game, in a real life, you don't get the cycles that you want, so you need to have other, you know, options as well. So you have options with these cards, and with this card, I wish I had 2 of them. That's already 3 cards that it can combo into, and not to mention the fact that you can instantly clear some crap that's on there. Abomination is a sick card. At first I was kind of skeptical. I'm like, I don't know. Sometimes you can have like more units than the other guy and deal more damage to yourself. But at the end of the day, I have to have AoE, and this guy is not susceptible to any of the shadow wards. And if you have charge, especially, he can be very efficient. Because sometimes the players are smart and they'll waste away the other crappy minions to, you know, not give you the full efficient AoE blast, but it's still worth it, and you have to have him in this build. You have to have some AoE. I would take 2. I'd swap them out for this if I had it, but not right now. Harrison Jones, I don't know, it's an epic card. I like to have it because it's epic, but not very useful the way I run into. Like, I mean, I've only had like last 2 days, maybe like few paladins and few warriors and few rogues, and they barely use weapons, and he's never there when they have that weapon. Like when the paladin has that silver hand champion, like with 2 durability, because the durability is draw for this guy. It's never there. It's alright. Sometimes it helps out. Very situational card, but when I get the chance, I'll swap him for Abomination or for the Blood Elf Silencer guy. Nightblade keeps the damage going onto the hero. It's a 4/4, not susceptible to shadow wards, and works very well with Brewmasters. I might also swap this guy out for the 4 mana Brewmaster, the more powerful one, but I haven't decided on that yet. So these guys, you know, 3 damage to a hero, pop them back in another. That's 6 damage. That's substantial. That's 20% right there. These guys, an upgraded version of the riflemen. 2 damage is way better than 1 damage, and it clears Silverhand, Shattered Sun Clerics. Sorry, it clears up a lot of crap. It's still good for removing Divine Shield. It can even, like, you know, polish the hero off, and it's good for removing those nasty taunts that the wizard set up, the mirror images. And you know, you can always put them back in your deck and have a redraw for 4 damage. Now 4, no, that's not 4. 4 damage, and that's really it's really good. This deck, if you get the draws, you can't go on winning streaks. Like I said, I went on a pretty big one, and I kept redoing it, and I like bumped up 4 spaces. But then you do have some nasty draws, and you don't you don't quite get there. The biggest weaknesses are the rush decks with like huge amount of like 1/1/1, or like warlock with a fucking imp and then 1/1/1/1 warlocks. Those are the worst. I can't do anything about them, because if I don't roll, even if I do roll this right away, I can't kill anything because everything is at 2 HP, and this guy just, you still get overwhelmed. So you need to have a lot of units out there. Another weakness I think is spell heavy mage, because they just keep cleaning your units out. You play one, it's dead. You don't get to cycle through them with these guys enough. But other than that, it's this deck requires patience. You won't get to kill them by like turn 6 or 7, but you can go the distance with this deck. So I'll let you guys in on a couple more games after anyways. So cheers.